Hey YouTube, my name's Scott and today I turn 44 and my birthday present to myself is to make this video. A little nervous, but I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. Done a lot of work. And anyway, here goes my first scripted YouTube video. I hope you like it. I'm talking to whoever feels like you're stuck in this rut. This rut of patterns that leave you feeling lost, anxious, and even depressed. What if I told you it's your paradigm holding you back? What is your paradigm, you ask? Think of your brain as a supercomputer, and everything that you've sensed through your five senses over the years was programmed into you. This formed your beliefs and habits that guide you through your life. After taking some time to reflect on my own life, I became aware that I was programmed to chase happiness and feel in lack. I became aware that I was programmed to chase happiness and feel in lack, because everyone I saw on social media appeared to be living their best lives. And I wanted that so bad. I was told I need to go get good schooling, get a good job, work Monday to Friday with a 2-day weekend to unwind, buy a house and commit to a 25-year mortgage, and have a wife and kids. My weekends would consist of binge drinking and watching snowmobile and wakeboarding videos on YouTube, observing other people living their best lives, while my soul was screaming at me, telling me there was way more out there for me. Throwing back whiskeys in a haze, just wishing. I feel like I might not be alone here. And that's why you're seeing this. Two years ago, I ended up in a really dark place. So dark that I didn't think I would ever see light again. I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue. I was a single dad of two amazing boys, a wicked work ethic, great paying job, company vehicle, and a beautiful house. But I felt like a failure. I had to make a decision. I was going to change. I worked many different jobs over my career, searching for my niche and starving for a challenge. It took me a long time, but I realized that no one was able to challenge me. Not like I could. I decided to try limiting distractions, such as movies and social media, and focus on educating myself with knowledge that I wanted to learn. I slowly started engaging in podcasts and some motivational videos, mostly on YouTube and Spotify. Thanks, Joe Rogan and David Goggins.
Who's gonna carry the boat? Stay hard.
This was the beginning of my great transformation and awakening. I also decided that seeing my boys for a 2-day weekend every 2 weeks was not enough for me or them. I knew I needed to step out of my comfort zone more. I kept hearing that I needed to stop worrying about the past and the future so much. I needed to let go and let life just flow. Not long after, I received a text with an offer to run some heavy equipment up in the Yukon for the summer. It was on a rotational shift consisting of 3 to 4 weeks away from home, but I would have 10 consecutive days off with my boys. A week later, I was on a plane to the beautiful Yukon. My mindset was to accept everything that came my way and embrace all challenges while making the best of the experience. I didn't know at the time, but this was the opportunity that saved me. This was my transformational retreat. It was just me, one other guy, my man Blair, and a rusty old Caterpillar excavator, a D7 dozer, and an old F-250 on a 50-acre treed lot with a beautiful pond in the back. Right on site, we had our living quarters, which was an awesome, fully serviced 3-bedroom cabin, equipped with Starlink internet, full basement, attached garage, detached workshop with a wood stove in it. It was perfect. The nearest town, Watson Lake, was 2 kilometers away. We could get groceries, fuel, anything we needed. After a few days, though, of pushing trees over, we were digging pits, pushing the trees in, we were going to burn them later and all that. It did start to feel a bit, monotonous. Even with the ear pods in, listening to music, I could feel my mind start to take over, telling me, what the heck are you doing? That's when I remembered about the app that I downloaded a couple weeks back. It was the Audible audiobooks. I had listened to The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. I believe that book opened my mind to the choice of letting go and taking full responsibility for my life. Because that's what I needed to start to do. Stop beating myself up, playing victim, take responsibility of whatever I need to fix, and go from there. I ended up consuming over 30 titles over the course of that season. Some I listened to like 4 times. For starters, there was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, and Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life by Bob Proctor. These were just a few, but they were very influential books that opened my mind to the power of our consciousness and our thoughts. And our thoughts create our reality. I then started listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's a brilliant doctor, scientist, researcher that introduced me to the power of meditation and mindfulness. I had heard of meditation before, like most of us have, but I didn't take it very seriously. What an immense mistake. It didn't take me long to figure out that I needed to have a written plan and a daily routine to follow. This was my daily routine up in the Yukon. Within several days, I could feel my mind become so much clearer. I became more motivated than ever to keep learning and growing. I listened to another great book by Jim Quick called Limitless. He taught me some very important tools to help me learn more effectively, such as the Pomodoro technique. And this taught me to set a timer for 25 minutes while learning anything. And when that timer goes off, I stop what I'm doing and I just take some notes of whatever I remember from the content that I was listening to for those 25 minutes. When we read or listen to books, we rarely absorb everything. This at least gives me something to reference back to. Since then, I started taking notes all the time. Anything that pops up in my head that I want to remember, just pull my phone out, jot it down. I started writing in a gratitude journal. Every evening before bed, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for that day. Like anything. When you're in a state of gratitude, you vibrate at a higher frequency. And it feels amazing to feel thankful. This also relates to the law of attraction, meaning that if you vibrate at a higher frequency most of the time, you'll attract like thoughts and circumstances into your life. Positivity attracts positivity. Negativity attracts negativity. With my clear mind and heightened awareness, my fitness level increased astronomically. I joined a boxing club with my 9-year-old son, something that I always wanted to do, but I was afraid to put myself through that kind of tension. Growing up with asthma embedded this fear inside of me that kept me from really pushing myself physically. Well, that's far behind me now. This before and after pic is a few years apart, but you'll see the change just in my physical body. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I could get abs, but here we are. I believe this is mostly the result of my daily meditations, visualizations, and of course, the physical work and disciplined diet. But the reprogramming of my subconscious, I feel, was the main contributing factor. I also wrote affirmations down on cardboard and hung them around the cabin to see daily. Affirmations are like positive notes to yourself, just to get you thinking positively. I have them on my walls at home too, everywhere, like every room. This is called suggestive learning, the same method that business advertisements use to get you thinking about products or services that they want you to buy from them. I knew that for years I was saying a lot of negative things to myself in my head. Apparently, this is the worst thing to do. Even though at the time I really thought that I deserved it. So I got this tip from a podcast. It was called The Resilient Mind. And this lady, she said to try this, and it was to look at yourself in the mirror every morning. Look yourself in the eyes. You know, you're going to be looking at yourself anyway, brushing your teeth. But when you're done, look yourself straight in the eyes and sincerely tell yourself that I love you. It felt a little awkward at first, but after a few times, it felt pretty good. I know I was gifted this opportunity, and it's not the most realistic transformational retreat for most. But if you could just get away from it all for a week, a few days, just block the outside world for a bit and work on yourself. That is the greatest investment that you could ever give yourself. All you need is a few small goals, a bit of a plan, pen, some notebooks, some books to read, whatever you want to learn. Anything to help you improve. I always thought if I trained my body to be healthy, my mind would just follow. I sure got that backwards. If you want to learn more about meditation and more tips on how to be more mindful and present, please watch my video, 5 Proven Methods to Clear Your Mind and Find Clarity. I have a lot more to share with you, and I really hope I can get accepted into a community of like-minded people. The personal growth journey is a lonely one, and I would love some feedback from anybody. With that being said, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.